Hey everybody, today is July 17th, 2011, and this is my Illinois garden. And what you're looking at here is my lemon basil that I let go to seed. And each one of those little pods contains 4 seeds. And this is my hydroponic basil. And I brought it outside, and you can see I have a lot of seeds to harvest. And there's actually a unit down there. Took it out. I'm going to clean it up today. But let me show you these seed pods. Okay, here you can see the seed pods. And I'm going to take one off, crack it open, and inside have 4 little seeds. And with the amount of pods that I have, I can have that field of lemon basil I always wanted. Okay, now for my Illinois outdoor garden. I'm growing a lot of the same things in Wisconsin that I am here. Here's a Big Zack tomato blossom. No Big Zack tomatoes on this plant yet, but next to that I have a Bloody Butcher, and there's a couple tomatoes on there somewhere. Let me get around here. Yeah, here are my Bloody Butcher tomatoes. Got a few going on there. And here's my orange cherries that I did as clones in hydroponics. Plant is really shabby, but has a lot of tomatoes on it. It's about at the end of its life. Alright, what you're looking at here is my King of the North bell peppers. And that's what, this little plant here has a pepper on it already. And here's a taller King of the North plant. And let me show you my other peppers. Alright, here are my jalapeno traveler peppers. Got the seeds from Seed Savers this year. And they're heirloom. And so far I have a few on there. And on that plant back there, getting a lot more. And I have another plant here of them. Let me show you what else I got going on. Alright, what you're looking at are my Dill's Atlantic Giants for my Illinois entry into the Mr. Paca pumpkin contest. Not doing nearly as well as my Wisconsin ones, but they'll get there. I'll just keep tending to them, and maybe I'll get a big pumpkin for Illinois. Alright, in back of my Dill's Atlantic Giants I have another pumpkin that was a volunteer pumpkin. I don't know what kind of seed it is, but it's not doing that good, so I don't really care about it. And here's a volunteer tomato, which I'm pretty sure is a Bloody Butcher because that's what I grew in here last year. And let me show you another grow bed. Okay, in this bed I have Burpee 100s, and I'm starting to get some tomatoes on those, as you can see there. And next to that I have a Mexico Midget. It is from a clone that I did in my hydroponics. And that one has tomatoes on it, as you can see there. And next to that are some Tommy Toe tomatoes. And you can see some down there. They look pretty nice all in a row there. And next to the Tommy Toe tomatoes, I have some Sheboygans, just like I grew in Wisconsin. And you can see some tomatoes here. And that's about it in this bed. Hey, what you're looking at are my squash, and I have them growing in this raised bed that was my kid's sandbox, but this year it's a grow bed. And yeah, I built this trellis, and on the other side here I have cucumbers climbing up. You can see some cucumbers right there. Those are AC Pickling Company cucumbers. And yeah, here's squash, and I have some Wisconsin melons right here, and those are starting to climb up. And you can see on this side all the cucumbers, and they're kind of spreading out of the grow bed. And ooh, here's a nice big one here. That one looks like it's ready to be picked, and that's what I'll be having today. Okay, in back of my garage here I have these troughs. I garbage picked them last year, cleaned them up, and they work great as planters. Here you can see, I'm not sure what kind of tomato that is. I think it's a Tiny Tim or a Micro Tom. I'll know once it has tomatoes or how big it gets, because the Tiny Tims get a little bit bigger. And here's some stevia. Make some sweetener out of that. Next to that I have some sage. And some more sage down here. And there's some... that was some spinach that I let go to seed. I need to collect those. Here's another sage. Here's some lettuce that I'm letting go to seed so I can keep the seeds. and more lettuce, and some summer savory, and some cinnamon basil, and some more lettuce that I'm going to let go to seed. Okay, now for this grow bed. This is my greatest grow bed because things do really well in it year after year, and I think it's because I dumped my hydroponic solution in here once it's spent. And here are some Big Zack tomatoes, and the Big Zacks are doing really well here in Illinois. Here's some King of the North peppers I just stuck in at the end here just to see if they'd take off. And down there are some more Big Zack tomatoes, and here are more Big Zacks, more Big Zacks, and here are some Wisconsin 55 tomatoes. Lots of Wisconsin 55s going here, all the way down here, and here's some more Wisconsin 55s. And this is the last plant in the row of 8 here, and that's more Wisconsin 55s. And down here, you can see I have some rosemary going. That was a clone. That was some more rosemary there. That was a clone. And here's some more stevia, which I cloned off the other stevia. And let me show you what else I got going on. Okay, what you're looking at here are my Tiny Tim clones that I did from my hydroponics over the winter. I did 5 plants. They've been producing tons of tomatoes. And I guess they're at the end of their life because their leaves aren't looking so hot. But man, did they produce a lot of tomatoes. And I'll see how long they go this summer. But yeah, the Tiny Tims really produce some nice tomatoes, and lots of them. Okay guys, I've been cloning things other than tomatoes, and I'll show you what I got going here. Here's a petunia, and you can see it has roots. It's about 2 weeks old. Took a snippet from my neighbor's yard, and to my surprise it had a flower while it was in the cloning bucket, which is pretty cool since I can put it in the dirt now and put it out front on our walkway. And here is a snapdragon that I cloned. Took a snippet of that. That's a week old and no roots yet. So he's going to stay in there, and this one's going into dirt. And I love cloning now. I'm just hooked on it because it's a fast way to get plants. Alright, here are some flowers, snapdragons that are 2 years old. They survived from last year, brought them in over the winter. Same thing with these English lavender plants. And those are also 2 years old. And over here, oh my gosh, I have lettuce in my crack. Talk about things growing in odd places. This lettuce must have been from a seed that blew there from last year because I didn't plant it there. And well, that's it for this time. I'll keep you guys updated in a few weeks on how things are going here.